Welcome everyone to the 6th round of the Unlimited Racing 2D Championship, and today we're here at the legendary Nürburgring. Of course we won't be racing around the Nordschleife, but we'll be racing around another iconic version of this track, and that's the Grand Prix version. Going into the 6th round of the season, it's been really tight. One man has led the entire season, one team have led the entire season. However, anything can happen and things might change today. Let's get into the weekend. Going into this weekend, it looks like Mercedes-Benz have managed to bring in a few upgrades. Of course, they weren't one of the teams which upgraded at the start of the season immediately. However, it does look like, the rain will slow down, it will cease as the drivers go through turn 1. The first two sectors I think are going to be really tricky. Obviously a wet track, well, not really wet, more like a damp track, should I say. And obviously the soft tyres, the dry tyres. However, it looks like Max Verstappen does have the lead. As we enter now the Schumacher S. Really quick left-right-hander. Not even a braking zone. However, you can really see the upgrade on the Mercedes. Pierre Gasly P4. Last time out, he was something like P14. However, a really surprising qualifying here. Lando Norris puts that car on pole position. I was not expecting that. Lando Norris. McLaren only making, one small upgrade. I think it was to the acceleration or something. But what a difference that has made. Lando Norris, his first ever pole position. Wow. Fernando Alonso, he's, best start of the season as well, P6. Do the McLarens, do they work well around Nürburgring? Well, we will find out in the next 15 laps. Congratulations, Lando Norris. Can he convert that pole into a win? Well, we'll find out soon. Lights out and away we go here at Nürburgring. Pierre Gasly's gonna try go down the inside of Hamilton. No, he doesn't, and Verstappen shrugs him off. Lando Norris though with the lead. Lewis Hamilton gets overtaken by Max Verstappen. Verstappen's gonna have a look down the inside. Now that becomes the outside, and Max Verstappen takes the lead over Lando Norris. Norris though, he's gonna try and fight that position back through the Schumacher S. Don't forget about George Russell. Lando Norris takes the lead. There is rain. The rain has begun. Rain has arrived. And all the drivers, unsurprisingly, are pitting. It's going to be really close, though. Will Hamilton manage to hit his spots? I mean, he hasn't, but he's still ahead of Leclerc. I just have a feeling this is going to be a massive weekend championship-wise, as Max Verstappen gets the jump on Lando Norris here in the wet weather. George Russell right on the rear wing of his fellow Brit, and makes the move stick. Or does he? Yes, he does. Now what Russell and Norris, what they don't want is for Max Verstappen just to run away with things, get his first win. George Russell, of course, he won last time out in, I think it was, it was Silverstone. He won last time out in Silverstone. However, now Lando Norris, he's got a really good run on George Russell. I don't think he has any O's left. No, he has no O's. Slightly further down, Pierre Gasly under a lot of threat from Lewis Hamilton. Hamilton around the outside. Gasly just shrugs him off though. Really good defense. However, now Hamilton's going to have the inside line for this corner. Use a little bit of O's and stays ahead, but don't think that the battle's finished. Gasly's going to try and come back at him. Down the inside, Pierre Gasly goes. Into the hairpin. Pierre Gasly gets the move done. P4 is his again. Used a bit of O's just to make up some ground. And now it says sunlight. A bit of sun may be coming out. Hamilton, though, into the chicane, gets back 4th place. Leclerc, though, is not going to want Lewis Hamilton to get too far away. However, making corners like that, Mr. Leclerc, that's not going to help your case. However, what we're seeing right now, it looks like obviously the Racing Point has brought upgrades, so, you know, it brought it 2 races ago, I think it was in Austria. The Racing Point, of course, has brought upgrades. That's really helped. Williams, they've made small upgrades here and there. McLaren, again, small upgrades. I guess at this current moment, it depends on the track that they're driving at for McLaren. AlphaTauri, I mean, for the first 3-4 races, they dominated, honestly. Well, I mean, on paper at least. Maybe not on, you know, video footage. But on paper, they really did dominate. And then, well, obviously Mercedes, you can clearly see those upgrades are really helping them. Ferrari had some serious pace at the start of the season, but so far it looks to be dropping as Fernando Alonso overtakes Nick De Vries. Now, we're going to have to really switch to the front of the pack. Are they going to pit? Yes, they are. Max Verstappen in. George Russell in. Lando Norris staying out. I don't think that's a good idea. Lando may have a bit more grip, you know, first sector. Because obviously on this drying track, it's still a little bit damp. That was impressive though, how he managed to get that car stopped. However, now Lewis Hamilton's right on Max Verstappen. Maybe McLaren and AlphaTauri were right about keeping, you know, Hamilton and Norris out. Norris, okay, he's made that small mistake, but they've not struggled as much as we thought they would. Now they're going to have, you know, 1 lap fresher tyres, and that 1 lap, as we have seen, is really crucial. Norris in, Norris out. Hamilton in, Hamilton out. If you're Russell, what do you do in this point though, in this situation? Obviously you're on the harder tyre. You know, I think now this is when strategy, you know, becomes a big factor in the Grand Prix. Tyre-wise, obviously your tyres are going to be fresher than Verstappen, just because he's on the hards and Verstappen's on the softs. That gap though, 4.23, that's not the, you know, smallest of gaps. I mean, right now Russell nearly set a personal best, so anyways, we watched the race really carefully. Any action on the track? Maybe a little bit here. How on earth has Daniel Ricciardo found himself there? The cameras have not been showing Ricciardo, but somehow he's ended up P18. Bottas P16. Red Bull having definitely a weekend to forget. However, the race leader Max Verstappen's in. He comes out. Now, if you're any of these 3 teams, don't forget Lewis Hamilton, you know. Can never class him out, especially after the first and second races. I would hate to be in this situation. Rain is predicted to be coming in the next few laps, you know. I mean, if you're Max Verstappen, sure, you're on fresher hard tyres, but you're going to have to pit now anyways. This is a really interesting situation. Anyways, we expect to see Max in now. Yes, he's in. Juri Vips, though, not really giving him a helping hand. Especially as he was in the Red Bull Academy. Verstappen's out and laps Vips in the pit lane. I don't think I've seen that before. But the rain now is falling heavy. Really, really heavily. Is Pierre Gasly and Charles Leclerc gonna lose their positions? Giovinazzi gets past and Alonso just. But Alonso he's still on the soft tyres. Why on earth have McLaren kept Alonso on the dry tyres? I don't understand. I really don't understand. That move makes completely zero sense. Wow. Anyways, as we start now, lap 11, Max Verstappen honestly has not really looked too threatened in many parts in this Grand Prix. Even making that extra pit stop, he had the pace to catch up again. George Russell, I mean, he's gonna really have to, use pure pace. We've seen many Grand Prix get decided because of race strategy. But unless you have a race strategy like Fernando Alonso at this current moment, then everyone, I think, will be on the same strategy. However, slightly further back, Lando Norris. He's going to really want to get McLaren's first podium of the season. Lewis Hamilton, though, multiple-time world champion. He's going to want to, continue this great run of podiums. A podium in every single race so far this year for Lewis. However, if we talk about the big picture here, Leclerc, obviously, he's losing points. Lewis Hamilton, obviously, his losing points as well. And one driver who really is benefiting from this is George Russell. After the third race, it looked like maybe the title fight isn't for him this year. But after, Austria, where Leclerc got the race victory, and Silverstone, where Russell got the race victory, honestly, it's not looking, it's not looking too good if you're AlphaTauri or Ferrari. Max Verstappen, though, has just dominated this race, honestly. He has controlled it. Okay, he's made a little mistake there. And Russell's managed to claw the gap back a little bit. As we know, as George Russell especially knows from Bahrain, the race isn't over till it's over. That gap is slowly getting cut down. We know that Renault's really been focusing on grip, especially when tyre wear is low. Could this now be where the race begins to get spicy? On the last few laps, George Russell now beginning to cut the gap. Max Verstappen struggling with the back markers. Russell, though, goes slightly wide. He did not need that. The corners, they're running out. The laps, they're running out. If George Russell's going to want to make, an overtake, he's going to have to do it on the final lap. This lap right now. Tyres gone for both Max Verstappen and George Russell. On a dry track now. Verstappen manages to clear Schwartzman. Russell too. The gap 1.54. I don't think Russell can do it. Oh, with Schwartzman doing that, I don't think he can do it. The tyres though. Max Verstappen's tyres are dead. Can Nicholas Latifi do something just to help? Not too much. However, it looks like Max Verstappen, if he can just navigate the last three corners, he does the chicane well. The final corner, well, I wouldn't say he's done that well, but he's done it anyways. Max Verstappen wins here in Nürburgring. George Russell. That's now 5 podiums out of 6 for George Russell. What a drive. Lando Norris bringing McLaren their first podium in the Unlimited Racing 2D universe. Lewis Hamilton, first time he's off the podium this season in P4. He beats, though, his nearest title rival Charles Leclerc. P5. Pierre Gasly, what a change of fortune. P6 for him. P7, Nick De Vries, who's really close, battling really closely with Giovinazzi actually takes the position away from Nick De Vries. Mick Schumacher 9th. Yuki Tsunoda, P10. Esteban Ocon, P11 with Lance Stroll, P12. Lance Stroll, I think he's in a weird position. You know, one race, he's where he is now. The next, he's battling with, you know, Guan Yu Zhou. Nicholas Latifi, P13. Robert Schwartzman, P14. I think that's been his best result. Fernando Alonso with that failed strategy, P15. Daniel Ricciardo and Valtteri Bottas. You did not expect that from the two Red Bulls. 16th and 17th. Guan Yu Zhou, P18. With Jack Aitken beating his teammate Yuri Vips, P19-20 for the Alfa Romeos. Drivers wise, here's how it looks. 16 points now is what separates first and third. So close, honestly, so close. Max Verstappen though now P4 with his first win in this, you know, in this universe. Lando Norris obviously P5, really good result for him today. Daniel Ricciardo, one to forget for him. Giovinazzi and Mick Schumacher though, really, you know, they could be the surprise of the season. P7 and P8. Nick De Vries so far ahead of his, you know, young teammate Yuki Tsunoda. Fernando Alonso P11. Pierre Gasly with, you know, those good points. P12. Valtteri Bottas P13. Esteban Ocon P14. Lance Stroll P15. Nicholas Latifi P16. Robert Schwartzman, you know, he got some good points today. P17. Jack Aitken P18. Guan Yu Zhou P19 and Yuri Vips P20. Constructors wise, here's how it looks. AlphaTauri now reached 200 points. However, Renault, it looks like, you know, they're getting closer. They're really getting closer. 24 points is now the difference between AlphaTauri and Renault. McLaren P3. 5 points separated, you know, from McLaren and Ferrari. Williams, they're who would have thought that they'd be battling Red Bull at this current, you know, point in time? And even racing points. Wow. Williams 5th with 136 points. Red Bull 6th with 136 points. Racing Point 7th with 132 points. Haas are 8th with 119. The Silver Arrows 9th with 97. And Alfa Romeo 17. Thank you for joining me today in this Grand Prix. Race 7 next time out will be in Canada. Can't wait to see you there. Goodbye.